Hello everyone, I'm Wes Seago, and this is AOC2 Term 1308 Project 3 review. This week's project, we had to create our own implementation of a task-oriented app. Basically, the application was laid out for us, what it should look like. This was the main view, or the initial view. It's a date planner. Inside of the date planner, there's a UI text view. Second screen is where you would go in and add the events. Use the UI date picker to set the time. The date picker has to have a minimum allowable date and time of the present. And of course, you type in the event, save button, and the save button would go back and fill in the events in the initial screen of the date planner. So getting back to that add event page, there's also a close keyboard button that was a requirement so that whenever you type into the event text field, it will bring up the keyboard so that you can type, but the button does give you a way to get out of that. So as far as how I implemented that, I'll go ahead and show you mine. Let me start it up on the simulator. Here it is. That is the main view. Click in the add event view. Does require a minimum date on the UI date picker of today at this time. Of course, if you click into the field, we'll add an event. Turn in week 3 project and close the keyboard. Save. Does update the initial view. We used a delegate to pass that information. I'll go ahead and create a second event. Create week 3 video. Oops. And close the keyboard. Set that for about an hour from now. Save, and you'll notice that it does update. Every week I try to do something a little bit different or a little bit better, add something to it. This week I had a short week. I kind of had an accident at work, hurt my knee, so I spent a lot of time at the doctor's. But one thing that I did do at my work, I use a software product that is just horrible. There's no escape hatch, so I really hate situations like this. If I were implementing this on my own, I would certainly have just put in a cancel button, but there was no way for me to implement an escape hatch that way because the final look of the application was laid out for us. This is what it had to be. So the way I did that was I used an event handler with an error or a UI alert view, and I took this opportunity to actually expand on that and look at the built-in delegate that comes with UI alert view. Back in AOC1, we learned how to use an alert view, but we never really went far into covering what the situation would be if there were multiple buttons on that UI alert view. So I found a really nice, well, it wasn't really nice, but I did find a tutorial on Mobile Touch that laid it out pretty well. I wasn't crazy about the way they did it, but it was a good one. So the way I set my event handler up, obviously the UI date picker, it's going to default to right now. So you can't pick a date and time in the past because it will default to the this moment. You can't go backwards, so that part's covered. But what I thought about was there's two issues. The first one is if someone creates an event without using an event title, that's going to show up on the first page as just a blank title, and that's no good. So I wanted to have an event handler to take care of that. And also the other thing is just having that escape hatch. If you wind up on this second add event view as a mistake, you're stuck. You can't get back to the first view or the main view without creating an event. So the way I handled that, I'll show you without, if I don't type in any information and I just hit save, it pulls up my UI event or my UI alert view. And then the way I set it up, OK will allow you to go back in and add that event. Let's see, week 3 discussion, so that you can move on and it will save that. But if you go the other route, hit the cancel button, it dismisses the view and takes you back to the beginning of the screen. So that's the way I did it. And there's a custom, or not a custom, there's actually a built-in delegate for UI Alert View that I was able to use. So I thought that was great. Um, Anyway, that's it. I hope everyone had a great week. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.